In the following video, we will talk about that. The following are some age-related microstrategies that we are going to carry out for you. You are need to be cautious and observant at all times. We are going to talk about DO plus Ripple, which was just recently disclosed because it was a critical piece of information. Subsequently, we will investigate an article that discusses the conditions that must be met before an XRP breakout could occur. Last but not least, we will talk about the incredibly bullish situation for XRP and rotating profits because this thing is going to take off. For all of you, it is almost here. I can feel it, and you can feel it as well. Without further ado, thank you for your time. It's time to get started. Bitcoin 51.1184 is currently at 3,558, representing a decrease of 98% over the course of the previous 24 hours. It has increased by 66% for both USDT and USDC. Here we go, gentlemen, arriving at 99 cents as XRP, that's right, 53 cents. It is currently down 2.65% over the past 24 hours, which is a 35% drop over the past hour. Since the beginning of the day, the total value of all cryptocurrencies on the market has climbed to a total of $1,993,000,000. Remember the $1,990,000,000 that was announced this morning? Do you have the desire to surpass that $2 billion before the final close of the Bitcoin chart? The last day of the month is just around the corner, or Thursday. In contrast, if you view the live feed, you will, as a result of the monthly downtime that occurred in February, you would find out that everything is well. However, we would like to direct our attention to the quarter closure, which takes place in the month of March. And it is our honest goal that Bitcoin will continue to increase in that 485 range. We also hope that the whole market value of all cryptocurrencies would transcend $1.75 trillion. I believe that it is quite evident that Bitcoin has been consolidating around this area. This is where I believe we are going to be from this point forward. For the time being, not only would it make sense for Bitcoin to discuss that, but it would also make sense for it to develop something next. Recalling that it will be less than 2 months away, the $555,000 range was mentioned. We have the ability to track the movement of prices in the lead-up, and we are aware of what occurs to the halving at the time that the halving was being done. Markets for cryptocurrencies will experience a drop, particularly due to the fact that Bitcoin users will begin to experience financial losses. Say goodbye to the bull markets. Due to the fact that it did not move, they will begin to refer to their favorite coin as a shitcoin, and the next thing we know, they will be using it. Bitcoin will quickly return to its previous level. At the very least, throughout the duration of this month, given that orders for NFT purchases that are placed prior to the first of the month will be eligible for payouts on that particular day. On the XRP ledger, we are the second largest project in terms of the number of credit cards that are accepted, which is XRP. We have incorporated the metaverse component of ETHs into it, which includes pack openings, the gamification of the breeding lab mutation, and continual growth. There was a discussion regarding the chart that was displayed on the H-bar by cryptocurrency, and it was displayed. Oh my God, the H-bar is exploding up. Everyone was shouting right then and there. While I am live broadcasting with Keith on Friday, we need to make a purchase of a H-bar as soon as possible. In addition to that, we talked about the prospect of a correction to the H-bar. In addition, these are the identical places that we were looking at earlier. It is important to be aware that the area for the adjustment on the H-bar is between 9.5 and 10 cents dollars. When we go back to the live coin watch and bring the H-bar up, we will see that A move is currently being made down to those regions for re-entry or new entry into the H-bar chart, and we are experiencing this movement right now. In the past 24 hours, it has decreased by around 2.5 cents, taking it down to 10.2 cents. It is recommended that you look into this right now. The one that just had a boom render up is the thing that really strikes out to me as being of particular importance. Depending on the number of percentages that were involved, I received messages, and it seemed to proceed in an utterly parabolic manner that continued. A pause. Does it make sense for me to buy renders? Any asset that simply went on a run, and considering the current state of the market, which is 40%, is a tremendous run. Considering this, you should hold off on purchasing because there will eventually be a pullback. Have we been able to see H? The bars are currently regressing a little bit in their position. The top was 11.5, and it's down 1 cent, so that's a nice little retreat. Before this thing begins to climb back up the upside, it can release one last complete smell, which would be a nice re-entry. That's what we consider while making a buy. Cryptos, we're not buying green. If you do, it's too late and missed the opportunity. You have to move on. You must leave immediately and begin examining more cryptocurrencies. There are thousands of distinct coin possibilities. We do not intend to board every single boat or train. Rather, our goal is to limit the amount of time we spend obtaining these benefits, because folks often start exit liquidity when you start hunting them. I tweeted this. Guess what? Yesterday's MicroStrategy? They weren't this positive on MST, but look at this. Whoever the hacker was, their account was penetrated, leading in the theft of $440,000 worth of cryptocurrency, over $500,000. And people were acquiring this token. They didn't conduct their own research. They jumped the gun because they believed this was a pretty minor plan being put out. I am aware of what happens to feelings. Assume control when your feelings take over. These are the ill-informed decisions you make, are periodically too fast to jump the gun. You must research. If everything looks too good to be true, you should take a seat. Give it a moment and let the news spread. Let's investigate the true nature of the situation. On account of the probability that you spotted this tweet and took the bait, you're most likely not feeling well today, so let's have a peek. Since it's not even freaking stated, MST is most definitely the case. Let's see if we can spell it right. How about that one? Is there a bullish outlook for Mr. Blah? Blah blah, MST, and thoroughly integrated into our world. 445 coins, to be honest. None of those seem challenging to me. To indicate wishes, I had a MicroStrategy for it. This doesn't seem to be... It could have been. It might have been your buy-up and dip MicroStrategies. In reality, 72% of the last 90 days could have been this 100%. Everything is down, so at the end of the day you need to practice prudence. What we're examining, correct? I'm not sure. Had that been the precise token, I ought to have been better ready. I didn't believe I would be able to retrieve it. However, periodically, as we record these live recordings, I hear clicks and